And with that, we welcome you to another edition of the Tom Greene Show. You probably aren't scared right now, but you never know. Happy Halloween to you. And with that, once again, as this is our NFL show, our official co-host is here. Cole Martins, the Goonie Giraffe. What's up?
Watching football.
There we go. Now, of course, he's wearing the wrong hat.
I know, wearing the right hat. Go Boston. World Series champs.
Well, they won the World Series, and good for them, I guess. I'm a little upset about it because Detroit should have been in the World Series, and Detroit should have won the World Series. But seeing as what they had to go through in April and what that city had to recover from this year, it's just fitting that they won.
I agree with you on that one. Detroit does deserve to be in NFL, like, because they just gave the game away. Relievers, I should say, gave the game away pretty much for three of them. They gave the game away. But yes, Boston was a better team. Showed they can come back in the series, and they showed it and beat them, and then just showed the Cardinals up last night. And it's a good thing for that city after everything that happened to them this year with the bombing. So kudos to them. Congratulations. Go Boston. Boston strong.
He's our Boston fan. Our Boston representative, I guess.
Oh, he's Detroit #1 though. You can't take Detroit out of the way. I can't do that.
At least Tom Brady was from Michigan. So I can respect that. Anyway, with that, let's go to week 9 in the NFL. And how did we do last week, Cole?
Actually, the best week I've had on this show yet. I won 12-1. One game, and now on my season here, I am 41-16.
That's pretty good. It looks like I hired a good one to be on this show. Last week I went 10-3. I had 2 losses that really could have been wins. There we go. 2 losses that could have been wins. Pittsburgh and Atlanta. And thankfully, Detroit proved me wrong. Thankfully.
I told you they would.
And he was right on that, and I'm happy about that. It's their bye week this week, so I can do this with a sigh of relief, these picks. So anyway, let's dive right in. Thursday night, Miami against the Cincinnati Bengals. Who they think they are?
They think they are a really great team right now after last week's just destruction of the Jets, which, wow. Andy Dalton came to play as he just ripped apart the entire defense, and Jones, the wide receiver for the Cincinnati, came out of nowhere as he had, I believe, 4 receiving touchdowns in that game, which I don't think anybody has him in his fantasy. I have to go look at that when I get home now.
Yeah.
But that team overall looking great right now as they are a tough team to beat, and they are running the AFC North right now. And then you have a Miami team who's, again, struggling now after an amazing start this season. They just been falling apart in the last week. Another loss as they lost to the New England Patriots last week. But in this game, I got to give the edge to Cincinnati because they have been playing strong these last couple of weeks, and I'm going to give them a 27-17 win.
I will also agree with Cole on this one. I will rant more about the state of Florida and NFL football in the next 2 segments, but right now, Miami showing that they're the only decent team in the state of Florida, the only team with wins. Cincinnati is really strong, as you know, in their debacle of the New York Jets. The Jets once again showing that they're inconsistent. I will pick Cincinnati in this game. I'm going to pick them to win 28-17 instead of 27-17. Somebody's calling the studio. Sorry, we can't answer yet. Anyway, 28-17 Cincinnati. To the Sunday games. Carolina against the Atlanta Falcons.
Carolina, they're something else now. I'll tell you what. They are in a great team so far. These last couple of weeks, at least, they have been, as they took apart the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but again, who hasn't this season because Tampa is just not that good. But Cam Newton showing up as this is the first time they've had over 500 since I believe they said 2008. So congratulations to Carolina on that one, as that team is starting to get something going. Then Atlanta, they need to find something to do here because they are falling apart offensive-wise, I believe, right now, as missing Rodney White and Julio Jones is killing this team right now, as Tony Gonzalez and Matt Ryan are pretty much trying to put this team on their back. Steven Jackson coming back last week, but he couldn't even help the team. And right now, the Atlanta team is just dying, as I kind of feel bad for Tony Gonzalez after trying to come back this year and try to get his Super Bowl. We talked about this before the show.
Mm-hmm.
He's now on a losing team, and you don't know. Maybe they can come back, maybe, but I kind of highly doubt it. And this one, I actually have Carolina winning because they are at home, and I have them winning 20-13.
I'm very surprised at how Atlanta is doing this year. They're spoiling the Gonzalez family, and they're spoiling Tony Gonzalez himself. I feel bad for him. As Cole and I discussed before we started filming this show. Carolina, over 500 first time since 09. Like Cole said, I also picked Carolina to win this game. And to be honest, I think only because Carolina is playing at home. If this were in Atlanta, I would think Atlanta is coming back. But Cam Newton actually proving himself something else against the lowly Bucks. Carolina wins this game 21-14. Cole and I have similar scores so far. Almost kind of creepy. Buffalo against Kansas City.
Well, Kansas City again getting another win last week to remain undefeated at 8-0. But this game was close against a struggling Cleveland team, which that one's kind of surprising this game was close. But I think each week we go into the season, Kansas City is getting shown their weaknesses. And after this week, they will be having a tough game with most of the rest of their season after this week is win against winning teams. So it should be interesting to see. But Alex Smith and the entire team right now, they are looking great. This is their last little easy test against Buffalo, who, again, may not be an easy team this week because even though they got a little shut out by the Saints last week, who was also another good team, I think this one will be pretty close, actually. And I still believe Kansas City is going to win this game, but only by 8 points is they're going to win 24-16.
Alrighty. Kansas City is, I hate to say it, but almost like Michigan. They're surviving, and pretty soon they're going to have that loss. Sad to say, but I think they're going to get that loss pretty soon. But not this week. Buffalo, although they did lose to the Saints pretty badly, they will come out strong, but I think Kansas City's defense is a little too tough for Buffalo, as Kansas City wins this game 31-10. And I think people are starting to get a little nervous in in Buffalo after this week. Why am I wanting to say Denver? I don't know. I'm too Manning happy right now. Anyway, Dallas. And does Brian getting into his face like this, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Against Minnesota.
Well, you got a Minnesota team who, I don't know about you guys, but I was amazed with how good they did Sunday night. I don't know how they did that good without, I think they had Ponder at quarterback.
They started Ponder last
Yeah,
week.
I'm getting confused with their quarterback situation anymore now because they just switch everybody around. But they did a lot better than I thought they would do against the Packers, putting up 31 points, even though Adrian Peterson didn't have the best game. But somehow the special teams and kept them in the game. But Green Bay still had 44 points against their defense, which that shocked me too a little bit. But then you have a Dallas team who got heartbroken last week by our Detroit Lions. I don't know. I'm pretty happy about that one. That was a good win for them.
I'm very happy Cole proved me wrong, and so did the Lions.
I was quite amazed with that comeback. I thought Dallas had that game, to tell the truth. But
so did I.
again, another collapse for Dallas, as I believe it's like their second or third one this year. I can think about it. So they're going to, again, for the third time this season, they're stay at 500. So they're going win-loss each week. And not going to lie, Tony Romo is doing a great job this season. This is probably one of his best seasons, I'd like to say. Just the rest of the team can't pick it up for him, I feel like.
Especially Des Bryant.
I don't know what that rant was yet at the end of the game. I mean, he was just going on a humongous rant for some odd reason. I don't know why. But in this one, I'm going to give Dallas the edge. One thing because they're at home and it should help them. And I believe, is Christian Ponder starting this week? Do we know that yet?
I think so.
Okay. I don't know if they're going to start Freeman again or not now.
Who knows?
And,
Heck, I could start a quarterback over there. See how that.
But I will give Dallas the win here. 28, Minnesota 13.
This is a toss-up. This game, Dallas and Minnesota. You know, it is at Dallas, and Des Bryant is probably going like this right now to his coach, is coming up close to the camera and telling him, "You know what you got to do. You know what you got to do." That's basically what Des Bryant did last week. That was awkwardly close, wasn't it?
That was very good.
But anyway.
Got a good view of his face now. So you know what he looked like.
But I do think Dallas comes back and gets this victory. And I think Jason Witten and Des Bryant might have another tirade at on the sidelines, who knows. But they're one loss away from punches being thrown.
Oh yeah, I believe so. They're getting close.
Especially with not the confrontation that really spoke to me was the one between Witten and Bryant, not so much the coaches, because Witten was getting into his face. You know what I mean?
Well, Witten's also a respected player on that team. You shouldn't be talking anything to him, anyways.
Yes. I definitely agree. It's like Witten's been there so many years. Witten's been there as long as I've lived, probably.
Pretty close, it seems like it at least. Ever since I remember he's been playing there.
So Des Bryant, how he is, shouldn't be doing that to Jason Witten. And, you know. But anyway, I think Dallas gets this win 28-10. I think it's just a world of hurt in Minnesota right now. Even the fans are really looking like that that picture with the dog kind of sign, you know what I mean? That's the Minnesota fan base right now. I think Dallas wins 28-10.
Not goal scored by us there.
It's been kind of awkwardly close for them doing this. I don't know. But anyway, segment 2 is coming up next.